We are visual people. We remember more of what we see than what we hear. Any of you of black origin, you don't look like it, but black people learn more from hearing. Isn't that interesting? That's something that's genetically different besides their color. There's a lot of genetic differences. And black people generally hear and learn more from what they hear than from what they see. Okay? So when you work with different cultures, different types of people, remember that their learning processes may be different than yours. But for most of us, we remember our mind retains more of what we see. And so it's very important for us to visualize, for us to write. Okay? When you're studying, write the important points, write them down, because a number of processes happen. Number one, you have to think it through to figure out what to write. So you're processing the information in a way that you wouldn't if you're not going to write it. Number two, your brain has to tell the body to do certain motions to do the writing. That is retained in the mind. Then besides that, your eye sees you writing, and it sees what you wrote. So all of those are mental processes to help fix into your mind what you're hearing and now seeing. Okay? So it's very, very important. Why do you think nature is visual? You can hear it. You can smell it. You can touch it. And a lot of it is even great to taste it.
Amen.
Isn't that interesting? All of these five senses are the only avenues that you have to get information into your mind. Are you aware of that? Ellen White says the only communication God has with you is through the electrical impulses of your brain. Okay? So, one more step. We are chemical beings, right? All of our body, every cell is chemical. That's what life is. Does it matter what chemicals you put into your body?
Yes, most assuredly.
So therefore, if you really want your mind to work well and your body to be strong, how important would it be to study what you should or should not put into your body? How important would it be? Extremely. Extremely. Many Christians don't think that diet should have anything to do with Christianity. It has nothing to do with it. We know a lot better, don't we? And by the way, if you want one good little piece of evidence to help you with that, if what you eat does not matter, why has Satan worked so hard to destroy your diet? Okay? Look at Satan. Study him a little bit. Not too much, but study him a little bit. What he goes after tells you what you need to really be on guard for, because he knows how important it is. And one of the things that Satan goes after is diet, music, visual images. And maybe instead of diet, we should say taste buds. That's a little more inclusive. Okay? So, just some important things for us, because we need to learn, we want to learn, but who is teaching us how to learn? We study things, but do we ever study how to study? You ever thought about that? What is the last sermon you heard on how to study the Bible? When's the last one you remember? You don't even remember, do you? Doesn't that seem strange? Doesn't that seem strange? Doesn't it seem natural that if we as Christians want to find truth, that one of the most fundamental things we should study is how to find it? And that would be how to study, wouldn't it? How to study. So I've just shared a few things with you. So yes, bring paper with you every week. Write stuff down. Even if you throw it in the trash can on the way out of this room, it will help you in your learning process. Okay? Learn to write. Learn to write what you're discovering. You'll find it extremely helpful.